What's up, YouTube? This is Andy Barnes with Above the Average Barber Academy, coming at you again with another YouTube video to help you go from barber school to book solid. Above the Average Barber Academy is a one-on-one virtual and in-person mentorship program catered specifically to helping beginner barbers transition from barber school into the barber industry. Above the Average Barber Academy works wholeheartedly in building better barbers in business. The video today is 5 tax deduction benefits for barbers. Number 1 is clothing and uniforms. Your work outfit has to be specific to the work that you do as a barber. So for example, an apron, a smock, your shoes are items that you can write off when you're doing your taxes. Now, if you're thinking about something more in a fashion sense, you have to be able to prove it as a necessity to accomplishing the job at hand. Number 2 is supplies. That's any amount that you spend on materials you purchase as a stylist or barber for your barber business. Over here, I'm going to load up a list of things that you can write off. Side note, keep a good record of each item you purchase just in case you need it in the future for the IRS. Is a great way to save you a bunch of unforeseen expenses. Number 3 would be your licenses and education. Being licensed is a common requirement for professionals in the beauty industry, and a good thing for you that you can write this fee off associated with you getting your license and maintaining your license. You can also write off the fees for your local business license as well. When it comes to your education, which is highly important to stay competitive, these fees can also be written off, along with any travel associated with you obtaining your continued education, such as hair shows, conferences, barbers who are having haircut classes. All those things can be written off, anything pertaining to it. And once you're licensed, you can also deduct the cost of continuing education classes needed to improve your skills. Subscriptions to magazines related to your job can also be written off as a deduction, since you need them to stay up to date to the latest trends and fashions. School tuition has to be done separately with a 1090-T form, but you also can write off the money that you paid for barber school too in your first year of business. Number 4 is startup and operating expenses. Startup expenses are everything you spent to get your business up and running, including equipment, rent, marketing, etc. The IRS treats these differently. In fact, you can write off up to $5,000 of your taxes, with the rest of it being depreciated over 15 years. Your CPA, which is a certified public accountant or trusted tax advisor, can get more information and detail to you on the depreciation. Operating costs are the expenses needed to obtain your business, such as uniform, insurance, booth space, etc. These also can be written off under your startup costs. Number 5 would be any services. Services such as dry cleaning, advertisement, having a salon clean are examples of services needed to maintain the integrity of your business. Other tax deductions for barbers and stylists would include work tools, office phone, if you have an answering service, your cell phone, internet service, supplies, laundry supplies, cleaning expenses, office supplies, postage, any kind of products, professional dues, licensings, memberships, legal professionals. I will list it here, that list, and you can pause the video to take a note on these different expenses that you are able to write off. Forms needed to claim tax deductions as a beautician or barber is the IRS Form 1040. Barbers and stylists are generally independent contractors, meaning they're self-employed. So whichever way you're paid, you'll want to keep track of the amount of money that you receive. IRS Form 1040 is needed to write off your barber expenses or beauty expenses. The expense of the businesses will be placed inside the deduction area of your Form 1040. Here's what I like to call a power tip. Use the standard deduction only if the total expenses does not exceed the dollar amount set by the IRS. An itemized deduction is only needed if your expenses are more than the set standard deduction amount. You can use this the form 1040 Schedule C if you need to itemize your deductions, but keep track of your expenses and income on a spreadsheet or a booking program, so that way it's easier to be able to get this information down quick and we're not guessing our expenses or our income. How can you tell if you are a self-employed, independent contractor, or an employee? That depends on the tax form the hair salon gives you when you first start, whether it be a W-4 to be able to be a W-2 employee, or a 1099 miscellaneous, which is for self-employed and independent contractors. It is very rare that your hair salon will give you a 1099, but there are some who will, and those are the income and things like that you would need to file, because it is considered a paper trail for that. I hope this tax deduction checklist help you navigate through the sometimes muddy waters of the income tax season. I also want you to remember to keep track of your receipts, and if there's any questions or about any possible deduction, be sure to contact me or leave a comment below, and then I'll be sure to address that question with you. I don't want you to miss out on any deductions when it comes to being in the barber industry or the beauty industry. Overlooked deductions mean that you put less money into your pocket and you may end up paying too much into taxes. So it's best that you keep all these things in order so that you can avoid overpaying and also avoid underpaying. Congrats on making it to the end of this video. Be sure to like, subscribe to this channel to get more exciting information as content updates. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching.